Well, hello, my freaks and monsters. Welcome to episode 13. Kayatka here with my lovely co-host.
Absinthe Widow, welcome back to the GORE Horror Hour.
Awesome. And we are doing a special episode 13. We are interviewing the eRock right now.
Yes.
GORE Horror Hour, eRock.
Thank you.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
Looking good.
Oh, thank you. Don't make me blush.
Both of you are.
Somebody break out the boots already. We're only, 1 minute in?
Yeah, that's eRock for you. Always a flirt.
Yes.
No one's safe.
That's right.
It's our 10-year anniversary, eRock.
I know. It's awesome, isn't it?
Yes.
Years.
What does that feel like for you?
It's kind of surreal. It's fun. Kind of hard to believe that it's been almost 10 years. Actually, it's been over 10 years when you think about when the company actually first started.
Oh, nice.
Well, we're going to dive into that information, aren't we? We're right quick here, aren't we?
That's right.
Let's do it.
Before we begin, let's discuss our future plans that we have going on. What can our fans look forward to as to seeing us and where we'll be next, Chaotica?
Well, here soon, I'm assuming that we'll be at Wetzel. There's Wetzelland coming up.
Oh, yes.
As well as June 25th through the 20th. That's June 25th through the 28th. Day of the Dead, July 5th through the 7th. That's where we'll be. Plus, we have the August GG camp out as well.
That's right. All exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun stuff. We definitely have a good time for these specific events.
Definitely. I know we have a June group photo shoot, but this will probably air after that.
Yeah. No, right before it.
Right before it. Okay. Well, well, just in case I forgot, we have the Hydro group photo shoot. It is Pride Month.
Woo!
We got some special things planned at that June Hydro shoot. We not only got the GG of the Year Unite, as well as these Zombie Gilligan Islands ones that we're working as group shoots for the GGs.
Yes, I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
That shoot, both of those are going to be really, really good. That I'm tickled to death.
Same.
It's going to look epic in the magazine.
Yes. I like it when we do big group shoots like this.
Speaking of magazines, eRock.
Yes.
You're the creator of the Gorgeous Girls. Bravo, by the way. How did it all begin?
How did it all begin? Began as just having fun on the internet back in the day when the pages were a big thing on Facebook and stuff. And something that I enjoyed earlier in life was, obviously haunted attractions, scary movies, and all that kind of stuff. And then really got my feelings for photography when I was younger, like to just randomly take pictures, Polaroids, whatever, random pictures. And then the only true training that I got was probably in my law enforcement days, and I had to take crime scene photos and so forth.
Ooh.
And, that kind of piqued my interest there. And then, of course, getting out of that, the haunted attraction industry drew me into it, hot chicks with blood, all dressed up and stuff kind of did it for me. So one day,
I bet.
wheels started turning and eventually ended up creating it.
So how did the idea start off at first? Was it just like a Facebook or MySpace page, if you will?
Well, I did a haunted attraction one year. Kind of turned out bad on my end, but it was still a fun experience in itself. I met a lot of great people. That's actually when I got to meet Kane Hodder. So went through that, and then I was kind of like looking behind the scenes, watching everything go on because I'm learning things, teaching people how to haunt, act, and so forth, and looking at like the females. I'm like, there's something to this, Still wasn't really putting anything together, but I was thinking about it. Then a couple years later, went to Horror Hound weekend, So then you see all that stuff. All the girls dressed up, all the guys dressed up, everybody in costume and stuff. And then, meeting the celebrities and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I went home, wheels started turning. I'm like, you know what? I got it. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create a page that's dedicated to this kind of stuff. I was like, because like I said, that's when the pages were big back then, when they just came out on social media. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start it. I made the name Gorgeous Girls. I had a few other names. Can't really remember what they all were, but they were kind of lame ducks, in my opinion, and just kind of throwing them out there. And I'm just like, Gorgeous Girls is the one that just stuck out 100%. And then, just started doing that, posting other people's content, which, didn't go over well in some aspects because, I learned a lot of things along the way. People obviously love credit, all that kind of stuff, which we always try to give credit.
Yeah, that's very important.
Right. But I had admins that weren't giving credit.
Oh.
So I was taking the backlash to it, and then I'm like, okay. So, yeah, ultimately, I kind of did away with some of the admins and so forth and just started doing it to make sure it was done properly because, I get where a lot of people were coming from. We would ask permission. Well, some of these admins weren't asking for permission back then.
Right.
So I put an axe to it, pretty early going, before we even had a name or anything, really. I put an axe to that pretty quick.
Right. So the name Gorgeous Girls, was that something deliberate, the gore and gorgeous?
Yeah, well, no. That's how I used to think that gorgeous was spelled. One of my previous relationships, I guess I always spelled it like that. And I guess I probably spelled it like that all my life up to that point. But one day, I guess, had nothing better to argue about. So she was like, well, you always call me gorgeous. And I'm going, yeah, so? I mean, that's a good thing. And they're like, no, you call me gorgeous. And I'm like, I still didn't get it. She goes, yeah, it's not spelled G-O-R-E. What, do you think I'm hideous or something? I'm like, are you kidding me? So, yeah, that is where that name derived from later on. Obviously, I was like, you know what?
But it worked. How ironic that it worked.
Flawless. Right. Yep. Flawless victory.
That's right. So, worked out in the end.
Yep. And we're thankful because it is what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It sticks. It's very clever. We put the gore in gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right.
So we gotta satisfy those demented needs. That's the whole mantra. Yeah. Now, you mentioned that you started a page. How did you gravitate to a magazine? Did you go straight into just like events and things like that first?
No, we did the page, and then I had brought Jess in probably a few months into it. It wasn't very long, but I brought Jess into it as an admin through another admin that, introduced us, and then she kept going, we should do a magazine. I'm never going to do a magazine. That's just too much work. No, not going to do it. I'm having fun doing the page. We're getting a lot of traction on the page, sharing other people's stuff, and then I was kind of like, well, we could do our own content because it'll make things easier. That way, we don't have to worry about permission because, everybody, it's a big old tiffy back then. If you didn't give proper permission to who or what, some of the
all the copyright stuff, all the red tape.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like somebody might have been like, I put those eyelashes on. I want permission. Or, wanted to be notarized.
Yeah. That's going a little far.
That is going just a bit much.
That's how bad it got. I mean,
wow.
So it was just kind of like, you know what? Maybe we should just do our own content and have fun. And then these group shoots came about that we heard about, which was the CAC. And we're like, okay, well, let's go. Because me and Jess never met in person for months. Talked on, on the internet and so forth. So, yeah, we met up at the CAC and then, did a photo shoot there. And then it kind of snowballed from there. And like I said, I swore up and down we weren't going to do a magazine. Like, nope, not going to happen.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
Yeah. 10 years later.
It's all on paper.
Yeah. So I probably started the page, I believe. What was that? Like, it would have been right after Horror Hound. So it would have been like March of, what is this, 24 now? So that would have been like March of 2012, maybe, when I started the page. And then our first magazine wasn't released until September of was it 2014? Yeah.
You say page, is that like a website or was that like a
A Facebook page.
MySpace?
A Facebook
No,
page.
Facebook
Oh,
page.
oh, it's a Facebook page. Okay.
Yep. It was when Facebook started their pages. That was brand new. Everybody sharing pages.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
were up to like 100,000. We were up to like, well, actually we were like 136, I think, at our highest.
Wow.
Before we got our first ban.
That's right.
got a
Yeah,
ban.
I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, we got a ban. Then started a new page, Gorgeous Girls, and then caught another ban. The first ban, I don't remember what it was. It was something stupid there. Like I think it was a nip slip is what that one was. The very first one was a nip slip because you get
Who
blood.
doesn't love a nip slip?
Yeah, Facebook don't.
Right.
So yeah, what the first one was.
There's a difference between bubbles and blood.
Yeah. Damn you, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I didn't see it. The other admins didn't see it. Jess didn't see it. It just kind of went through the cracks, and then we're like, oh, and so yeah, that's where we got our first ban. But we've been banned like 3 times to where we can no longer use Gorgeous Girls as a pay name.
Right.
That's why we use our trademark I Heart Gore under
That's
Facebook.
right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because
So if any of our fans watching right now, if you want to follow us on Facebook, you are going to look up
I Heart Gore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of sad to think about all the fan base that we lost over the years. Because like I said, the first time was like 136,000 plus.
That's incredible.
Then the second time we only had that page for like 4 or 5 months, and we were up to right at 100,000. And then the third and final time that they banned us, I think we're at 75,000. And then now our I Heart Gore is only at like, I forget, last time I looked is like at 18,000 maybe, if that.
Wow.
So it's crazy how we weren't able to regain those
follows and those
that's pretty sad. All that dedication.
Yeah, it's all the shadow bans and stuff that Facebook does, the algorithms and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and it's only getting more strict and worse and worse. So
yeah, but
fingers crossed, knock on wood, that nothing happens to our I Heart Gore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shouldn't. We watered the page down because of that. So if fans noticed over the years, we don't post the racier stuff at all on there anymore. We just kind of keep it, Facebook kosher, so to speak. Yeah. So if you want to see all the racier stuff, you got to go to like our Patreon or our models pages.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very much. Yep. We're minding our P's and Q's over here, ain't we?
Yeah. Learn the hard way.
The hard way. So we're still working on, and getting our pages out, getting the page out there and whatnot. But how did you, when you went from that page, what did you do next? Were you into like doing independent movies first, or did the magazine and then independent movies?
No, we did the magazine. Finally talked me into doing a magazine. I was like, all right, let's do a magazine. So, I'm like, well, how am I going to do this? I've never put together a magazine, So, kind of researched it a little bit and started doing it. And I remember the first time I put together most of the magazine. Then I went over to Jess's house and we were working on the very first issue. She was kind of helping a little bit, but I already had a lot of it done, but she was kind of helping too. That's why we went over there, have like a little jam session. And I hit a button and it deleted the whole entire first issue. So me and her's like, exactly. We got the same reaction that you have right now. And we're like, holy shit. And then I'm like panic mode going, no way. Cause I had like 50 plus pages already done, out of 70 pages. I already had that much. I might have had even more, but like we're freaking out. So I'm like going, there's gotta be a way to get this back. There's gotta be a way to get this back. It's gotta be in there somewhere. I'm like, what did I do? Where is it at? It's not in there. The file's not in there. Well, luckily for, Apple users, there's a button that says edit undo. And I clicked edit undo and it brought the whole thing back up. And I was like, holy shit, thank you. And I was like, don't ever do that again.
Oh my
Your balls
gosh.
descended.
Yeah. Because it took us a good 10, 15 minutes, and it seemed like it took a lot longer than that for us to figure out what the hell to do. But yeah, at the top there was an undo, and yeah, I undid whatever the hell I did. I clicked undo, and it's like,
Right.
and I don't know,
Heart
like,
attack
did we
averted.
lose anything? But yeah, we both kind of freaked out over that one because that was a lot of
I can
work,
imagine.
you know.
Right.
That was like days, weeks of work because not doing it before. That was a lot of learning process of how to lay out a page, how to get it to look all right. So yeah.
So, you are a photographer. When did you initially start photography? You might have mentioned it a little bit earlier. And what made you move in that direction?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I never really did true photography except for like learned it in law enforcement from having to do crime scene photos and whatnot.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's
when I did
sad, but
that,
cool.
yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. There's some things I had to take pictures of that I don't like to talk about.
Oh, I can
But,
imagine.
yeah. So I did that, and then like I said, I always liked to take photos when I was younger. Like I would take my mom's Polaroid cameras and just take random pictures, random angles. So then when she'd go develop them, never know what you're
Yeah.
going to get because I took a lot of pictures.
That's cute,
Like, don't
though.
set a camera around because I would grab it and just take pictures. So people at weddings loved it when I came there because how they would set them out on the tables. I would go
Oh,
grab all of them and I would take pictures with them and set them down. I would leave
aw,
a few for other people to take pictures too, but I would take pictures so they would actually have that.
that's great.
Which a lot of people don't take pictures, so so professionally, I didn't really do it until I decided to start doing the magazine stuff. That's when I was like, all right, well, I know how to do angles, I know how to do lighting. Now, am I going to be able to tell you all the technical terms that photographers and stuff can? No, but in law enforcement, I didn't do that crap either. I spoke to people how they want to be spoke to. Bring it down to their level. You don't have to use big words. You don't have to sit there and explain everything. You just
Technical jargon.
right. You
Yeah.
just tell them like, is it pixelated or not pixelated? Does it look bad? Can you see it? Just kind of break it down into terms that most people can know. So yeah, that's kind of when I started, was when decided to go to the first ever CAC. So my camera was a lot newer back then. That camera's seen a lot over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
But you've been doing an amazing job. You make excellent work, and we refer you to anybody and everybody because we know how well of a photographer you are. So all that experience, even as a young kid with those little Polaroids.
yeah, I think I always was into angles, so I always try to get angles and whatnot. And then
Angles and using odd things to frame a picture.
right.
So, I mean, just I love doing that, being creative like that, whether it be up high, down low, to the side, not just always front center and on point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you want that creativity when you're taking photos. You don't want them to all be the same frame or boring to, the receiver at all. You want it to be everything and anything that they hope for, especially if you're helping make them memories that they'll have for a lifetime.
Yep. Very true.
Yeah.
So your first magazine issue was out. How did the company establish itself from that first magazine issue?
Well, how did I first establish stuff? Well, we did a release party. It was a cool club called Club Fuel. We held our first ever release party there, and that was amazing. It was the first time I got to meet Pickle, which he. It was my birthday time too because it was released in September, and my birthday is September 16th, and I think that party was on the 11th, if I remember. So yeah, they did like a birthday celebration, had a birthday cake. Also, Pickle danced for me, kind of like tied his
Nice.
shirt up into a knot in front of him, and kind of danced for me. So that was kind of my first introduction to really, getting to hang out with him. Anyway, I don't think it was the first time we met, but that was the first time we really got to hang out, and party and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And that Club Fuel, though, we got to do photo shoots there. Pretty much had free reign to do whatever we wanted there. The owner was great. So I wish we had more places like that nowadays because, you know, we had a good time there when we did that.
Nice. So, what career did you have in mind before all this? Was it always a police officer?
No. I mean, when you're younger, you have other things. Like one of mine was obviously be like a pro football or baseball player. And then I'm like, you know, that's really not realistic. I mean, it is, but it isn't. But then I'm like, well, I can get into NASCAR because I love driving cars fast. That'd be great. You know,
Left turn, Nickelback.
You'll never hear the end of it.
Right. So I was like, I'll be a race car driver. And then I'm like, no. And then my brother, he was in law enforcement and he talked me into doing it. And I was like, you know, that was always, you know, as a kid, you know, it's kind of glorified and stuff, firemen, police officers and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'll go try it, see if I like it. And, you know, I had the ups and downs over the years. And overall, I am completely glad I am no longer in it, you know, for many different reasons. But yeah, you know, I got a lot of experience in life being a police officer, but yeah, I'm glad I got out of it. And then when I got out of it, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So that's why I went into the haunt industry because I'm like, something great. You know, kind of got screwed over on that deal when I had that haunt. So, you know, and then after that, I was like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Like, do I do? You know? So.
What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a transition in life, you know. I think we all hit that at some point.
Oh yeah,
transition
definitely.
in life, and I was just like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do because this haunt didn't work out. So I had friends like, go drive a semi truck, and I'm like, fucking drive a semi.
Boring.
And I was like, they're like, oh, it's a lot of money in it. So I was like, all right, I'll go drive a semi truck. I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hated it.
So how things, I mean, you talk about from the very first issue, you talk about the opening and establishment of the Gorgeous Girls over the past 10 years. How have things changed?
Oh, wow. They've changed quite a bit, obviously. I mean, if you look at our booth back in the day, it was, I know we talked about another podcast, but like we were bare minimum. You got to think we only had like, when we did our first Horror Hound, that was the first show that we ever did. I think we might have had 3 or 4 issues out then. We had limited T-shirts. I don't, you know, I don't think. I'm trying to think what else we had.
Did you have any posters or prints?
I don't think we had any
Buttons,
posters or
magnets?
prints except for no, we didn't have buttons or magnets. I mean, we were pretty bare bones back then. Like
Stickers?
We might add some, but not like we do nowadays. It was like pretty.
Come up to our booth. We've got these 3 fine magazines and a T-shirt.
Right. And hot girls.
So
Because
much
we'd
to
have,
choose
like,
from.
We had like 20 girls back then at Horror Hound. We'd have 20 girls filling little booth space up.
Wow.
You know? But we didn't.
So
have a whole lot.
basically, it was just a display of women.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Some of the girls brought prints like little 10 by or 8 by 10s that they brought, but not the posters and stuff like we have now. It was just, you know, they'd go to Walmart or somewhere and print, you know, because I didn't have a printer back then. So, you know, I couldn't print up the good stuff. So we would always have problems with people like, well, we can't print that because there's nudity, or we can't print that because of the content on it. We can't.
Or if it's watermarked, they need permission.
Right. So that's why I went ahead and got the printer, you know, a couple of years later. So that way none of the girls would have that problem, you know.
Yeah, and it's been doing wonders. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, GG Models, if you have been tuning in, if you would like to get some prints made and have them displayed at our booths, at our conventions, please hook up with our daddy-o, eRock. He will get you started and set up, and you'll be good to go, and you'll be making a great income from it, and fans will love you and adore you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Do we have a link tree or how people can find us?
Yeah, our link tree is Gorgeous Girls. The linktree.com/Gorgeous Girls. Like
Excellent.
everything is Gorgeous Girls except for our Facebook is iHeartGore.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty easy to find us. But if you go to gorgeousgirls.com, that has all of our links on there too.
GorgeousGirls.com.
Gorgeousgirls.com.
Which has you two beautiful ladies on there also. Yeah, along with all the other gorgeous girls models. So
let's
Good
see.
stuff.
You touched base on conventions. Since the company kick off and everything, you got a couple magazines. You've got 20 girls. You got a small thing. What was your first convention like, and which one's your favorite?
it's hard to say the favorites, but obviously our first convention was Horror Hound, which was crazy, mind blowing. You know, I went there the 2 years prior. I went there just as a patron. You know, went there and hung out. You know, met some celebrities. This was back when Walking Dead was big, so you know, I got to meet some of those people like Norman Reedus and so forth, which he was cool as shit. You know, that was my first true good experience, other than with Kane Hodder. That was my first true experience was with Norman Reedus. He was down to earth and like
How exciting.
I had to stand in line forever for him.
Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh, especially
out the building. Like where they even they kept his line open 2 hours past closing time.
Aww.
They cut it off. They put a person in the back and said, nobody else can stand in line, but we're going to get every one of you in. So yeah, he stayed over 2 hours all 3 of those days.
What a nice guy.
To make sure everybody in his line got a signature.
Oh, I bet he was tired. Oof.
Not too many people do that.
Yeah,
no, they don't. When it's closing time, they're gone.
Right.
You're like, oh, I wanted to talk to them for a quick second, and they just completely disappear out of thin air.
Yep.
They were right there a minute ago. What? They're gone. They're gone. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, which was, you know, kind of cool is when we got up to him, he goes, I got to take a break real quick. And I was like, all right, okay, that's fine. So he didn't get up. He just sat there, kicked his feet up and starts talking. And I'm all like,
wow.
I thought you were going to take a break. He goes, no, I just needed a break. My hands needed a rest. He goes, so we just started bullshit with him for about 10 minutes before he started signing stuff again. You know, so we just stood there and talked to him. So it was cool as shit, you know, and then some of the other actors would walk past him and he would talk to him for a quick second as they're passing or whatever. But yeah, he sat there and talked to us. Just took
Definitely
a break.
Sounds like a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah. Then finally he was like, all right, I'm ready to sign. What do you need me to sign?
Did you get an autograph?
Yeah. Yeah. I got a picture
nice.
of an autograph. So
lucky you.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, then like I said, then I started doing the vending that next year, getting back into that part of it. That first year we vended, it was just like, okay, this is what I did, you know, when I came here as a patron. Now I'm here vending, you know. Next thing I know, I'm like up in the suite, getting drunk as shit.
Nice.
I'm all like, what the hell's going on? Like, this is what, Friday night? Yeah, this is Friday night. The first night, right out of the gate. We're with Studio 605 was next to us that year. And we got invited up to the suite, you know, and it didn't take long before I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was drunk as shit. We're throwing lemons across the room. And, you know, we come down there, went to sleep, came back up Saturday, and I'm still drunk as shit. Opening the booth up and I'm drunk. It's me.
Damn.
Me and Miss Kitty were the first ones at the booth, and I am still drunk.
Oh.
I had Roman's, I think it was Roman's glasses from Studio 605. I put them on because it was so bright in there, and I was still drunk. And I'm like, man, I'm still fucked up.
Wow.
We drank so much that night, so we had a blast. It was a party. We did good, you know. It was a good.
Definitely a fun way to make a splash. That's good.
Right, and you know the people seemed to like us, but they were all like, "Who are you guys? Who are you?" Like,
right.
Like, that's what everybody did because, you know, that was the first time we were ever there. You know?
Gorgeous girls, motherfuckers. Oh, guess what time it is, eRock?
What time is it?
What time is it? FMK.
We're at the half hour mark here And I will not be mean to you like I was the very first time I asked you the FMK.
That
That's okay.
was good.
You will have a much better FMK. So we all know what FMK means. FMK means
Fuck, Mary, kill.
awesome.
freak, Mary,
And
kill.
eRock, you're lovely. What to do? Should I do? Yeah, I'll do this. Okay.
Just do it.
You're first. Regan from Exorcist, Annie Wilkes from Misery, or Tiffany from Chucky. Who you fuck, marry, kill?
Well, let's see here. Gonna marry Tiffany.
Nice.
Who was my first option?
Regan from Exorcist,
There you
Annie
go.
Wilkes from Misery, or Tiffany from Chucky.
I'm killing Reagan.
Oh yeah, as you should.
Oh, fuck Annie.
Send that bitch straight back to hell.
That's right.
Hey, wow, I'm quite impressed. I honestly thought you would kill Annie Wilkes from Misery.
Nope, it's that she's just gonna tear all your limbs apart.
Well, have you
beat them.
seen the new show? Well, it's not new now, but the Castle Rock is the story of.
Yes, it's
about
incredible.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Not seen it yet.
Yeah, she's a
Oh,
crazy bitch, and they fuck so good. I'm on top of it.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. There's your
Fuck,
fuck,
marry,
marry,
kill.
kill. Yep.
Right.
Not bad.
That was actually the quickest FMK we've ever
It
had.
really was, right? Like,
Wow. You
I
really
don't know.
quick.
Maybe we should give him 3 more or something. That was way too quick. All right. Okay. So, eRock, what can fans expect to see at the Gorgeous Girls website?
Oh, the website you can find everything that we've been involved in, like all of our magazines. Every one of our calendars are on there. Our models are up to date. Roster of models. Because we try to
Merch.
only put the ones on there that are relevant. Yep,
Right.
all of our merch, like she's wearing our hat right
Ooh, that's a very nice hat.
there. Yeah.
One of my
And then
favorites.
I got one of our tank tops on underneath my thing, and there are necklaces, and of course
Right.
jerseys and
Right.
all that fun
Of
stuff.
course, mine's a little different because, well,
Yeah.
it's old. It's the original one.
And now we have different color hoodies that are an option, right?
Yep. We got a few hoodies. We even got zip up hoodies on there now too, because people
Ooh.
requested some zip ups on there.
I personally requested that. Thank you. I'm tired of ruining my makeup sliding
I
on a
still would
hoodie.
love a purple baseball jersey.
Ooh,
Purple baseball
yeah.
jersey,
The
nice.
way you guys have the purple ones with the green writing, I just love that look, and just
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
definitely want to get one.
Yep, and all
Absolutely.
of our movies are on there too. Movies that we've been involved in, that I've either produced or we've acted in and whatnot. So you can find that on there.
I want a referee shirt.
A referee shirt.
Yeah. Like a cutoff or like, like a tank top that's really cute, but like how the refs wear, like the stripes, but with
Black
our
and white
logo
stripes.
on it.
Well, we could do that.
Yeah.
Probably
Or
don't
make another jersey with splattered blood all over it.
Yep, we do have a soccer one. I think that has blood splatter on it.
Ooh.
I think it's the soccer one, and then I think there's one other one too.
I think I'm going to have to refresh in my brain and check out that website, www.gorgeousgirls.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can click merchandise and see all the available items that we have for your enjoyment, as well as the models, like eRock here said, and our itinerary for the year. Correct?
Yes. Yep. Our schedule is there, so you'll see that. As we book things, I try to get it added on there, so you might see a couple things for next year on there already too. But yeah,
That's awesome. That helps people plan ahead, in case they want to join us.
yep.
You talked about touching base with movies and things like that. Who inspires you, eRock? Who inspires you for? I mean, you have so many ideas and so many phenomenal ideas for your magazines. Who inspires you?
Who's your inspiration?
Obviously, I draw inspiration from various things that I've seen throughout life. Like some of the stuff actors do. Of course. Even before I met Kane Hodder, before I knew who he was, I liked him.
Oh yeah,
of course, like
that's
Robert.
given. You guys almost have like a bromance whenever you guys meet up.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's always treated me well ever since I've met him. He's been a great guy.
Yeah, it's fun to watch you guys goof off and just hang around while he's signing autographs. You're just right there next to him, and he's chatting with you. He's like ignoring the some people, and he's just chatting with you.
Yeah, I always feel bad when I'm standing there talking to him, but it
I
takes
know.
for me to be able to get over
it.
there because between us being busy and him being busy, it's kind of hard to pick
Yeah.
the right time.
Yeah, you gotta take that chance when you can get it. You're right. We do get super busy.
Yeah. So, I draw inspiration from many things, movies, music, stuff that just pops into my head sometimes. I'm like, oh, this would be kind of cool,
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah.
So with that being said, you that's your inspiration. You draw information or inspiration from movies, from things. You twist them up and
conventions. He said conventions too. People's cosplays, I'm sure. All that jazz.
Oh yeah. Yep. So there's some great people we work with too. I mean, I surround myself by people that sometimes they come up with their creations too, and then I just kind of help it along.
So, yeah, we do have some brilliant minds surrounding us.
Yeah, because you have, Zombie Jeff is amazing. He's great at everything that he does. I love everything that he does.
Yes,
I admire the shit that he does. Same thing with Liz Stiletto and even Mike. Tattoo Mike, they're great. The stuff that they come up with because they've helped do a lot of things, come up with some things. And then Jess, she's helped throughout the years. She's come up with quite a few things too. And then I adapt things because like they'll say something like, "Hey, let's do this little bit to it to kind of tweak it," So it becomes a team effort too. So that's kind of.
I love doing group efforts like that. You just get this feeding frenzy tank of
everyone,
everything.
Everyone has their own little light bulb that lights up and puts in their input and their feedback, and then everyone takes it all, bunches it up, and then they get an amazing result. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
eRock, do you have like a favorite like GG inspiration idea shoot or something like that you just it just sticks out in your mind?
Over the years I've had obviously a lot of shoots.
10 years worth, dude. That's a lot.
I know. Yeah.
Right. So we'll go back to one of the first evers. It's not the first ever, but the first ever cover shoot. We'll talk about that one. We went there for I'm not going to mention any names, but we went there for another release party for another magazine that we were in. So we went to this release party who had a hotel room, and we're like, hey, we had our model back then, Tessa. We're like, hey, let's do a photo shoot in the bathroom. So that's where we took that photo shoot. It was great. I'm like trying to hover over her with my feet on both sides of the tub. And you got to think, we used soap blood back then. So
slippery,
very slippery. So I'm like, I really hope I don't crush her because I didn't want to fall, slip, and land on her and crush her because she's between my legs. I'm looking down, take the right angle. And the whole time I'm like, I can feel my feet slip or whatever. And I'm like, oh, please.
Man.
Don't fall on her. So I'm like trying to take pictures and, obviously.
Take the shot, don't die.
Right. I'm like, I don't want to crush her. And then, it would hurt me too.
So that sticks out in your mind a lot. What's been one of your favorite concepts that you've gotten to produce the photography of? What's one that definitely, like, when you think of it immediately, it was so creative, it was so fun, you really enjoyed it, and it's on a cover now?
It's on a cover?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously I love the dead neck ones. Those were
they're great.
They're all fun. It's something that we continue to keep rolling over, which is part of this costume is part of the dead neck thing. So those are fun, which I usually obviously can't take the photos for because I'm in them. So that's kind of cool because I'm always on the other side of the camera on that one.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
Habit is usually the ones that takes the photos for that. So I mean, those are great. It's kind of fun every now and then get on the other side of the camera.
I'm gonna say it. My favorite cover with you in it is the cover of Val with the Alice in Wonderland shoot.
Yes.
It blew my mind, and that's one of the immediate Gorgeous Girls issues that I remember, because that was just you guys killed it. Like,
Yep,
Was
that's
their,
the
killed
it
it.
was their
photographer right
concept.
there.
It was
Yeah.
their concept, and I got to shoot it. Facetious helped with the lighting, but again, like we just already discussed, we talked about how we each had an individual idea of how we wanted to portray this shoot, and it just, of course, all the behind scenes stuff that just happens, it makes it so much more enjoyable, funny, hilarious, and then you can see just the proofs in the pudding when you get the prints, and just some of it's just out of this world.
But that's one of my favorite covers ever. It was so good. Chaotica, you did an incredible job capturing all of the moments
There was a big,
and the
a
scenes.
small area with a lot of people. So I was shooting literally from this little 8x10. I'm probably exaggerating here, but this little hole in the wall. While all these other people, the thing is other people were waiting, and it's mirrored on the other side. So their reflections showed up in the background and made the picture just pop. I'm like, holy shit, I couldn't have done that if I planned it.
It's excellent.
Yeah, that was
I need to
definitely
own that. I need to own that one.
Yeah.
I think I do own that one. It's right over here on the side of the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, eRock, can you share with us a fun GG story?
Fun GG story.
Yeah. What's something that happened that you think's hilarious and you'll never forget or whatever?
Well, I mean, we can talk about one of the cover shoots, a little cornholio action.
Aw. No, we mention that all the
The Deadneck
time.
shoot.
Oh, God.
Another Deadneck
Talk
shoot.
about it.
Oh, poor Hefe.
I'll get into another one. We'll talk about that where we're doing that last dead neck shoot. And I got, corn cob holding in a certain spot, and Mike bumps my elbow, and it actually makes contact with a certain area of his and made him go. So, yeah, that was some funny shit right there.
You made his butthole pucker.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
He's like, too close for comfort. That's great.
That was pretty fun. But yeah, that was the most recent dead neck shoot. But let's see here, we'll do talk about one that's probably, this is probably like 7 years ago or so, maybe even longer, but try to remember if it was when I think we got snowed in and we decided to do a photo shoot in a bathtub. We got snowed in going to this is back when we did strip club stuff. We'd go to strip clubs and do a show there, and our girls would have the option to dance if they wanted to, or just be there just kind of hanging out. But we got snowed in. A snowstorm came in. It was like February. A snowstorm came in. It was up in Toledo, and everything was getting closed down. So we found a hotel. We all met up at the same hotel, and it was Haley J and Miss Kitty was with us. And we decided to we're like, hey, we're going to do a photo shoot since we're snowed in. We can't do nothing. We can't go nowhere because there's so much snow. So we did a photo shoot in a bathtub. Here's another tub one. So here we go. This is a couple years after the cover was released, whatever, the first issue. So we're doing another bathtub with the both of them. So Miss Kitty's laying in between Haley's legs, and and she she ripped one, and everybody starts laughing, and then she holds Miss Kitty to where she couldn't get away, like because they're laughing so hard, she's hugging onto her, and Kitty's like, "Oh my god!"
And she's just pooping on her.
Yeah,
lovely.
Just ripping ass right there. It was just so hilarious. They're like, "Oh my god!" Like it was just fucking hilarious when they were there.
And just seeing all the bubbles.
Yeah. Well, again, because we used soap blood back then too, so which we kind of got away from.
Wow.
So it was funny, and especially because she wouldn't let go of Miss Kitty. Just kept.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
Poor
this kid,
thing.
she could not get away, and everybody's just laughing. They're laughing so hard that she couldn't
I'm gonna
get
bring that up subtly. Like, hey, kitty, you want to take a bath with me? Don't mind my fart bubbles.
away. Right?
I'll just bring you in closer.
Yeah. PTSD, I bet.
I'm sure there's a lot of moments like that during shoots that happen, and I'm going to share one that we just recently did, Absinthe and I, where you shot the Spaceballs one, where
Yes.
I took the dog biscuit in my mouth and told her she's supposed to bite on it, just pretend you're going to bite it. She kept eating it. She kept eating it. I'm like, are you doing this on purpose?
I absolutely was. The smell of that cinnamon sugar, like I wanted it. I was ready. I hadn't eaten anything all day, so it was too
Hold it.
tantalizing.
And of course, those pictures, what I have seen at that moment, they turned out really, really good. But just hold it in your teeth. Don't.
I know. But even thinking about it now is making me hungry.
Oh, speaking of.
Wow.
Snack time, huh? We're only a few minutes late, but hey, snack time.
Just a minute late.
Oh man, I didn't bring no snack.
It's snack o'clock.
Cheers.
Better late than never, right?
And folks, this is not real milk bones. I promise you.
A little what's it called? ASM or ASR? Where it's all like on sound. What is it?
Yeah. It's
all right. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, your turn, Gayotica.
I just did it with you.
Wow, I'll do it again.
Just making me get up. Now I got crumbs all over my laptop.
Oh, so good. Okay.
Okay, snack time's over.
Next question. What's your favorite horror film? What's your favorite scary movie?
Man, my favorite scary movie. I mean, I think going back, it's still probably going to be the Halloween from 1978. Kind of stuck with me all through life. I always enjoyed watching it. I'd watch it repeatedly. Of course, I love the Friday the 13th films too, mainly the ones with Jason Voorhees in it. Where he's actually got the hockey masks. So yeah, I think Halloween's probably my all-time favorite. I think, and I even love the remake too. A lot of people don't like what Rob Zombie did with them, but as a remake,
I think they're incredible.
Yeah, so I love what he did with it. He kind of added to the story and made it his.
Yeah, and he made it more up to date.
Yep.
Like, yeah, no, I think they were really good, and the little boy that played Michael did an excellent job.
Right.
He was very believable. I'm like, what a little ass.
Yeah, I remember my sister. She was like, "Man, should I let my nephew see this? I heard it was really bad." I'm like, "Well, I mean, the kid kind of does do some bad things to his stepdad and stuff." I'm like,
not just to his stepdad, his sister, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, just the stuff that he does. I'm like, and she goes,
anybody that wasn't.
Do you think that would cause?
Yeah.
She was afraid it'd cause my nephew to act out, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think unless he's got a screw loose, he's not going to act out. Just got to realize.
So did she take him?
They watched it. It was when they were released on DVD. Okay. So I didn't take her to the movies to see it, but I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's a little graphic, obviously, in the stuff that he does. So,
yeah. Okay, so that's your favorite horror movie franchise, whatever.
Do you have a favorite gore scene that sticks out from a scary movie?
I think I have to go back to because it wasn't done up until this point, but you had Ghost Ship, that opening scene.
I know.
I was just thinking that. Holy crap.
They didn't do that. That kind of just blew my mind. Like, this is cool as shit.
It is.
And then, then another film, The 13 Ghost. did the similar shit, like cutting bodies in half through the glass.
Oh
That
yeah,
shit
that
I
was
think is
tight.
cool.
That was tight. You got to see his brain, like the whole skeletal structure, like everything in it. Like it's so crazy, so crazy. Who?
Yeah, so both
There's a
of those
couple of those scenes
movies,
in Final Destination too, where they just did weird shit like that.
right.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Ghost Ship and
Those are good.
13 Ghosts pop in my mind when it comes to those type of scenes, just because it wasn't really done that way, you know.
Right.
It was just kind of cool how they just split bodies in half, and it just kind of like folded and flopped. Just did some crazy shit. You're like, whoa, that's fucking sweet. So
Absolutely.
Final Destination had some awesome ones too. I mean, there
Right.
some cringeworthy ones like
Things
with
that
the eyeballs.
you wouldn't even imagine, and then it was like, wow, they brought that. They brought that.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's a couple
And
of
that's
scenes
always fun to
right
see.
there.
I like to see creative, new, gory things in movies. I look forward to that the most. If it's going to be a horror film or something, I'm like, the more blood, the better. Make it
That's right.
crazy, something that, the audience can't typically think of right away. We wouldn't suspect it to happen. But I like when I'm like, oh, that's so bad. Oh, that's gross. Oh my God. Oh, like, I like having that reaction. But yeah, those are excellent scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one,
Oh, for sure.
the main movie of it, but he literally he ripped off his own flesh and started eating it. And I've never had the urge to hurl while watching this.
Was that Cabin in the Woods?
No, it wasn't. It was some sort of vampire movie. I don't remember. It was a Netflix thing, and I wish I could find it. But I was watching it, and Jeff actually come home from band rehearsal, and the guy just like ripped off part of it and started eating it, and you could hear it, the ASMR, just like you'd said. The whole thing was like, oh my God, I was ready to gag. It was so bad.
I love those cringing moments, though. I really do. It's almost like an adrenaline rush.
It is.
It's like riding a roller coaster and you get to the peak and you're like, oh my God, this is what I'm in for. So we're going to talk about the Sea Haunt in just a second, but eRock, if you could choose one specific actor or actress to go to the Sea Haunt with us in January, who would it be?
I can only pick one.
Yes, you selfish man.
All right. Well, if I gotta pick an actor, I would love Kane Hodder to go. It'd be fun. Just be able to hang out with him, because we'd have more time away from the fan base, that we'd actually be able to hang out and goof off. And,
right.
The times that we have, times we got to cut up like in bars and stuff after shows, like, after hours. That's fun hanging out with him. So I can only imagine hanging out with the crews, how that would be.
Yeah, I just enjoyed having the dinner with him that one time in the hotel. That was cool. He just parked it right next to us, and for over an hour, he just let us enjoy each other's company and have a good meal and just laugh and hang out. It was great. He is a very, very cool guy.
Yep, he's down to earth. So, yeah,
I've not had the opportunity to meet him yet.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
What?
Yeah, you were always so busy.
Well, that's next. Isn't he coming to Days of the Dead?
Yeah, I think so. And I know he's at Scarefest.
All right, Chaotica. If I can help it at all, I will definitely make sure eRock takes you to go see that man. I will take care of the booth and all our lovely fans and friends. You guys go enjoy that moment and get a photo with him. Hell, get an autograph if you can. He is such a humble person. He is so sweet, so kind. He's hilarious. Oh my God. He'll crack you up. All right.
Based on the Sea Haunt Absinthe, what did you want to talk about?
Yeah, so we are going to be doing a Sea Haunt in January. That is happening on January 6th or the 10th, but the weekend prior to that, we're going to be doing our Haunted Hotel Takeover again, even bigger and better this time. our celebrities will be with us. So there might be a lot more chills and haunting, if you will, involved. Your gorgeous girls may be scaring up some good times. What do you think?
Yeah.
I've heard rumors of these good time.
Yes, rumors.
Haunted hotel in a potential second area.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. This last one was a blast.
It
So,
was. It was a lot of fun.
so yeah, which we just got off of. By the time this airs, about what 3 weeks ago. By the time this one airs, so yeah, it was pretty fucking awesome. So I can't wait till next year because next year is going to be even better with the celebrities. With
Our
big
livers are still recovering from that vacation.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We was drinking every day, everybody. Every day. Every day. And at one point, I woke up and had a screwdriver. It was that kind of day. I'm like, you know what?
I had a coffee with a Kahlua in it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at
I
us.
had a mimosa,
We're
and then
so fancy.
yes, it was. I drink more on this vacation than I do my entire year.
Yes, and it's well worth it. So, if you have been contemplating on whether you want to go or not, just go ahead, do it.
Do it.
Be impulsive for once in your whole lifetime
Do it.
and take this amazing vacation with us. We are still selling cabins, and at the rate they are, you don't want to miss out because the further and closer we get to sale date, our prices they go up, guys. They go up. So cabins are
Lock
first
in
come,
your
first
prices,
serve.
reservation in.
That's right. Seahaunt.com. Reserve today and let me or eRock and Chaotica know as soon as possible because we want to be just as excited with you as you are. So let's plan our amazing, hauntingly exciting vacation. All right.
a little scan bar right there.
And let's talk
Yes.
about the murder mystery.
Skin it. Skin
The
it.
murder mystery.
Skin it.
Did anybody anticipate the murder mystery to go as well as it did?
No,
I love it.
It was so much fun, and all of the details within the story, it made you guess so many different people.
Yeah, us
Like,
getting into characters.
No one was safe. Everyone was a suspect. Everyone was doing little things that you were like, red flag. But who ended up being the murderer?
I believe it was Scout.
Yes, Scout Summers. And I happen to have portrayed that character. So I was the killer. And I'll do it again. No, just kidding. I don't know. I mean, if it
All
happens.
for love, though. It was all for love.
It was good, though.
It was very good.
It was great.
I was worried there. Everybody started diming me out.
Yeah, shout out to April and her husband Randy and Chris for creating the concept and the storyline and all of that. It was excellent. So good job, guys. Oh, and speaking of shout outs, I would like to give the haunted hotel manager Christina a shout out. Thank you for letting us stay at your amazingly haunted hotel, and we really, really look forward to doing it again in January.
Thanks for the pool.
Yes, that was so sweet going out of her way like that to get us a cute little swimming pool because, man, it was hot out there in New Orleans. It was so hot. I was burning up. We was all sweating. She put up a big old fan for us to enjoy a nice breeze constantly. And then that cute little pool that she ordered, we were all very comfortable and cozy. We did not want to get out. So thank you, Christina. Shout out to you. All right, eRock. We just got a couple of minutes left. Let's see. You cosplay. Who do you cosplay? Who's your character?
This is my character. Character that I created on inspiration from a friend of ours. I do Raggedy Dead Andy.
That's right.
Which
you look so good.
Yeah, which Celeste, she started Raggedy Dead Ann like years ago, and that's part of the inspiration behind Gorgeous Girls.
Yeah.
Was meeting her at Horror Hound that one year and going, that was part of my inspiration to start Gorgeous Girls was her. And then, one day I was like, I'd love to do Andy. It'd be cool. Nobody else has done it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So yeah, absolutely. I enjoy doing it. I don't do him as often as I would like, but I get a little too busy at these shows, and you got to have time to wake up. You got to have time to get everything ready.
Yeah. Right.
I always have time to do him.
We mentioned that we're going to be doing our next convention is going to be in Indy, Days of the Dead. So July 5th through the 7th, that's where our fans can expect us. eRock, are you going to be dressed as that character, maybe?
Good possibility. He needs to come back.
Ooh,
He was supposed to make an appearance at Seahawk, but some things happened to where he couldn't make an
right.
appearance at Seahawk.
Yeah.
Funny little makeup rule.
Yeah, but we'll discuss more of the Seahawk stuff on a future episode here coming up. We're gonna do a recap of the Seahawk 2024, and then talk a little bit about 2025 too. So we'll get into a little bit more about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you'll see Andy again soon.
Well, we're eager, so bring him back. We want to play. What advice would you give someone that's joining the Gorgeous Girls? I think that will be our wrap up. What advice would you give?
Well, the advice I'd give is, kind of be yourself. Don't ever do anything that you don't feel comfortable with doing, because we'll never make you do anything that you're not comfortable with. If you want to do it. If you don't do it because other people are doing it. Do it because you want to do it. And the other thing is, if put your mind to it, put your heart into it, just do it, don't half-ass it, that's the thing. Some people just want to sit back and just think everything's going to fall in their lap. Well, no, unfortunately you got to get out and you actually got to do something, to earn it. Stuff just doesn't just land in your lap.
Nope.
So.
Nothing's handed to you. You got to work for it. You got to light that fire under your ass. You got to get motivated and creative and actually have fun doing it.
Yep. Because if you're not having fun, don't do it. Once
it's not
the
for you then.
Gone, just find something else. Something else that inspires you. Something else that makes you enjoy life. But
right.
So where do they go to submit content or become a Gorgeous Girl?
Well, to become a Gorgeous Girl, you can go to gorgeousgirls.com. There is a submission link there. You can message me through Facebook, which is Eric Littlefield on Facebook, or the eRock page. You can also go to either one of the social medias for Gorgeous Girls and sign up through there if you want to. We'll send you the information. But yeah, the easiest way, all the information on the website is spelled out for you, so you can just go there and read it for submissions and for submitting to become one of the Gorgeous Girls. So yeah, it's all try to make it pretty easy for you.
Oh yeah, sounds pretty easy.
And ladies, when you do want to become a Gorgeous Girl, there is a process. You're a GG fiend, and you earn your stripes to become a full-fledged GG model.
That's right. We don't just hand you a title. You got to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You got to put in that work.
Yeah, because a lot of times girls want to do it, and then they don't want to do nothing to further it. They just like, okay, I applied, and they don't do anything.
No, it's an ongoing process. You got
going to conventions, getting your photo shoots. It's constant.
That's right. Yep. Always got to put in the effort for it. You can't just do, one thing and then drop, because then we'll drop you.
Yep.
No one will hear from you again.
You've got so many GG fiends and Gorgeous Girls right now that you can pick and do a collaborative shoot with. Mm-hmm. So it's, it doesn't have to be just you. It could be you, could be two other GGs,
That's right.
Could be even a Gorgeous School.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. We got a few of those. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, episode 13. We want to thank the creator,
eRock.
The amazing eRock.
Collaborator, creator.
Yes,
everything.
all of them.
We're not worthy. We're not
worthy. You're the best, and I'm so thankful for you.
Girls, and we know that you put a lot of hours, a lot of investment, not just time, but money and some blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of fake blood too. So we're very, very thankful for what you started, and we hope that you have many more to come, eRock. So here's wishing you a early happy anniversary, 10-year
thank
anniversary.
you.
So thank you so much for the platform to let us all be bloody gorgeous girls.
Yes. You're the best. We love you.
Thank you. Love you girls too. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, episode 13, guys. Check us out. Stay tuned. Next Monday will be episode 14. And we definitely look forward to that. Thank you for joining the Gore Horror Hour. I'm Absinthe Widow.
Kiatika.
And eRock.
Signing off. Till
Love
later.
you. Bye-bye.
Is it done? And is it over?